Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm looking at two Dreamtech budget folders head-to-head. The DTK3613GP, that's a mouthful, man. We're just going to call it the 3613. It's the purple one. Purple frag-patterned G10 handle. Liner lock, both of them are. And get this, the D3897MBL. We're not going to call it that. That's crazy. We're just going to call it the 3897. In Blue-and-Black Micarta. Both liner locks. Both D2 steel. Both sitting around the $35 to $45 price point. On paper, they look like siblings. Came from the same lineage. Let's split them apart. Let's see if there's any differences that are worth considering. So the 3613 closed is coming in at 4.25 inches. Blade is a 3.13 inch satin finished. Looks really nice. D2 blade. Drop point. Purple frag pattern. If you're wondering, is that grippy? The answer is yes. It's super grippy. Both have jimping. You'll see the 3613 jimping right here. Pocket clip. Kind of tight. Actually, yeah, we'll see. We'll get these in some pants and shorts and see if there's any issue there. I am concerned about the frag pattern. As much as I like it, I'm wondering, is this going to snag our clothing when we're pulling in and pulling out? But time will tell, meaning 2 or 3 minutes from now. The 3897 MBL, forget, we're not doing the MBL, it's 3897. Very close in the hand. That blade's 3 1/4 inches. Actually, it's 3.27, but who's counting here? D2 drop point blade, just as pretty as the other one. Blue-and-Black Micarta instead of the G10. Same liner lock architecture. Different style of jimping. I like them both, so I don't have a winner there. So right away, the same steel, same lock type, same rough footprint as far as size goes. The real battle is handle, material, finish. So let's dig deeper. So both of these are running D2 steel. If you're new to the channel or new to knife collecting, D2 is semi-stainless. You still need to take care of it. If it's wet, dry it. If it's dirty, clean it. They hold an edge pretty well for the money. It's not fully rust-proof, so like I said, wet environment, you're going to want to stay after these two. But at this price point, D2 is honestly the best steel you could ask for, my opinion. So neither of these have an edge on blade steels. So that one's a wash. Almost identical. So the handle material, that's where things start feeling different here. The 3613 has this G10 frag pattern. It's basically maintenance free. It doesn't really care about moisture. The blade does, but the handle doesn't. It doesn't need any real love, but how could you not love this? Purple. You don't have a purple handled knife? You should probably consider this. Real traction. I mean, you can't tell by looking at it, but this frag pattern, the waffle pattern, gives it a really good grip. The 3897 is giving us micarta. Totally different feel, smoother, warm to the touch, and over time it'll actually develop a bit of a patina. So this doesn't get a ton of pocket time, so it looks brand new. And at this price point, kind of has a premium feel. Even the knife underneath is basically the same build as the other one. But this handle definitely has character. If you want grip first and zero maintenance, you might want to consider the Purple Frag. If you want a classic broken in feel, one that looks like you've been carrying it for years when you've only been carrying it for weeks, go with the Micarta. So we're talking 2 liner locks with flipper openers. Lockup on both of these is pretty good. No early blade play. Little bit of stick on this Micarta. Nothing that bothers me too much to complain. So by default, Dreamtech's, at least in my experience, Dreamtech's knives need a little bit of a breaking in period. These are actually looser than they were when I took them out of the box. Not complaining. I like both. Both liner locks, see if you can get a good view here. So can we separate these two based on pocket fit? I doubt it. They're so similar, but let's take a look. These are a pair of Levi's. Back pocket with the pocket clip, that's kind of tight. It is tight. And I don't think that frag pattern is helping things at all either. I mean, sure, it is secure. It's not going anywhere, but yeah, I don't know. I might have to loosen that up. Okay. And the Blue-and-Black Micarta. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Yeah, neither of these are long enough to bottom out in the back pocket of a pair of Levi's, which are 511s. That really doesn't matter. So let's talk front pocket here. There we go, front pocket. Yeah, still kind of tight on the Purple Frag. I can get it. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's super tight. And this 5th pocket, watch pocket, change pocket, whatever you want to call it, that's a maybe. Yeah, that's a maybe. Here's why. That's really close to the belt. So here's what's going to happen. Bottom of my belt's here and the knife's here, and it's going to get stuck. Not that I use that pocket anyways, but if you do, think about that. And the Blue-and-Black Micarta, let's talk front pocket. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, kind of the same deal here in that little watch pocket. That's going to get caught on a belt, unless you don't wear a belt. And the back pocket, let's take a look. Yep. I'll tell you, the Blue-and-Black Micarta so far is winning the carryability test. And shorts. I'm right-handed, so that's why I'm putting it in these pockets, and yeah. Okay, so, you know, the deal on these particular shorts is they're fairly thin, something you'd wear on a golf course, but I don't golf because I'm terrible. But, you know, they might sag a little bit, that maybe, I don't know. Anyways, yep, that works. And then the front right pocket. Also works and does not bottom out. Okay. Yeah, so I think you're winning the carryability test, Mr. Blue-and-Black Micarta. Let's try the Purple Frag. That's tight. I don't know if you heard that. Over time, that's going to wear big time. You know, if you're in and out, pulling in and out of that pocket on this thin material, could be an issue at some point. And then the back pocket. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I like the knife. I don't like that fit. I don't know if you can hear that ripping. It's not really ripping. It's just snagging. So, you know, the same frag pattern that gives us an awesome grip also gives us some resistance in pockets. So take that for what it's worth. Well, let's cut some paper. I'll tell you, these are fairly new knives. Neither of these have any real work on them, so I'm expecting them to perform pretty well, at least for paper and some poly tube. So let's see. Boom. Yeah, I like you. I like that sound. Let's try the blue-and-black blue-and-black micarta. All right, sounds good, looks good. That's what I do when my credit card bill comes. Just chop it up, act like it never arrived. All right, time to cut some poly tube and act like we're going to do some real work with these knives instead of just show them off and carry them around and flick them. So let's say we're doing real work. We have some work to do in the yard, some irrigation tube. We sprung a leak. We need to replace some, and here's our end. Let's see. Well, yeah, that went right through. So yeah, this D2 blade, what a bargain. I mean, as a tool steel, keeps the price down and it performs. It's not gonna beat out M390 or Van Axe or Magna Cut, but you're also not paying for that either. So A+ for you, Purple. And our blue-and-black micarta, pretty much the same blade. So I'm expecting pretty much the same performance. Don't upset me, come on. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm calling both of these knives bargains, really, for what they're doing and how they look and how they handle. Both bargains, and if you could swing it, get them both like I did, so I don't feel like the only one in the world who did it. Thanks for watching. Hey, we got more coming. If you want to subscribe and like, I'd really appreciate it. Take care.